There's a rule when you live on a farm. That is, whenever you open a gate, you have to close it behind you. Hi, it's great to meet you. My name is Ahava Shira, and this is where I live. It's called Butterstone Farm. It's on Salt Spring Island, out in the west coast of BC. And I just wanted to introduce myself today and show you a little around and tell you a little bit who I am and what matters to me. So I moved here about 3 years ago now, and it's an amazing place to live. I'm surrounded by the natural world, I'm surrounded by beauty, and I'm surrounded by relationships. And what better place to live than for a person whose passion is about relationship and how we get along with each other. It used to be only about human beings, or, mainly because I was an educator and I worked with young people, teaching them how to have healthy relationships in the classroom, doing violence prevention work. And the reason I did that was because in my youth I had experience with unhealthy relationships and abuse, and I had a lot of work to do to reverse the cycle, or as we say, break the cycle. How I did that is perhaps in some ways a whole other story, and maybe not. I'm a writer, a poet, and a performer, and my passion is recreation, I guess you could say. Creating again, telling new stories, and reframing our experience. And so that's what I had to do as a survivor, was tell my way out of the story of violence and into a new story of healthy relationship. And it was that led me to working with youth, and somehow ended up here on the farm, where I started to discover a whole new world of relationship with plants and animals and I guess you could say the universe. So what I was going to say is it's fall! Thanksgiving weekend, and it's fall, and this is one of my, I can't say favorite, there's so many, but as you can tell, we have these incredible maples on the farm, and their colors are fantastic. Every day is a new learning of how do we do this? How do we feed ourselves and take care of the land so it takes care of us? It's a reciprocal process. I'm taking you to see something magnificent, although everywhere around us here there's magnificence. Whoops! Careful not to get caught. So we're going to walk into our young orchard, where we have these younger trees that we're nurturing. And if you can see off in the distance there, you can see why we love it here in the Gulf Islands. Sometimes you just have to be quiet. I think that speaks so much to relationships. We're so busy trying to second guess and figure each other out. What I've learned is that it helps if we can slow down and listen, and let other people, let other beings, even those beings in other parts of ourselves, come through without so much as thinking we know what they're going to be or who they are. It's astounding when we create space for others to show up in their fullness and appreciate those gifts that they bring to us, and sort of take a break from the things that we need or think we need and want and expect from them. Farm, it's on Salt Spring Island. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about my PhD, because it consumed me for 4 years, and especially the last 2 years when I was writing full time and being here on the farm and paying attention. I want to take you over there to this gate over there, because that's what I chose to use as a metaphor for relationship, was the gates of the farm, or the gates of our hearts, and how we learn to open into relationship with ourselves and others and the natural world. So each time I walk through a gate, I have to pause and I have to pay attention and listen, and each one has its own sort of idiosyncratic opening or fussy way of moving on the ground, and depending on the season, it's a whole other thing. So likewise with relationships, there are seasons. Sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's more challenging. So patience is, as they say, a virtue in relationship, and recognizing that we don't get it right all the time. That's why we have to keep walking through the gates, or keep opening our hearts, keep paying attention and listening to each other. It takes time and a willingness to be very humble and very strong at the same time. So it's time to head into the garden for some picking, harvest. And I just wanted to say thanks for listening. It's been great to introduce myself to you, and I look forward to meeting you sometime. There you go. See? This one's actually doing okay. Whoops. Patience.